Hey, I'm Leah Morris, and I am a life transition coach. And today I want to talk about career transitions. Oftentimes people come to me knowing that they want to make a career transition, but the steps seem overwhelming. They think about everything that it's going to take for them to do it, and they tend to psych themselves out and not get anywhere. So I'm going to break it down for you in 5 steps that you can follow if you're trying to make a career transition. So step 1 is make a long-term vision. So this is a zooming out. The thing about visions is that it can really serve as a guide or a North Star for you to continue aiming at over time. It's not to say that you have to reach that goal right away or at any certain time, but just to have it there as sort of a goalpost. That way when things get hard and when you start doubting yourself, you can always refocus on the vision and remember why you're doing this all to begin with. The second step is to figure out the steps towards the vision. So creating a vision isn't all it takes. You have to strategize. So what are the milestones that are going to need to be crossed before you can get to the next milestone and eventually the vision? What are the steps within those milestones? So maybe thinking about, if I want to change careers from a corporate job to having my own business, what are the different milestones that need to happen? For instance, when I switched jobs from working 9 to 5 to being a solo entrepreneur, I had to look at what were the certifications that I needed to get. What were the extra elements of owning a business that I didn't have, that I needed to learn? What were the messages that I had to get clear on? Who was my niche audience? What were the things that I was offering? So all of these things can serve as sort of elements of the milestones. And that's gonna look different for you as it did for me. So that's just an example. The next thing you wanna do, so step 3, once you have your steps and your milestones in place, take the first step. So this is where the rubber hits the road. You want to be able to start taking the steps consistently so that you can start building momentum. It's got to start somewhere. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So making sure that you're not getting overwhelmed by the long-term vision and you're staying focused on what is my next small step? What is my next milestone that I'm looking to reach? And breaking things down like this can really help to ease anxiety and make you feel like you're already accomplishing a lot because you're already, getting things done and checking things off your list. The 4th step is to decide on an exit plan from your current position. So notice I didn't say leave your job and then do all these things. I think the best way to make a transition is not to jump right away, right? I think it's to plan, to strategize, to make sure you have the gear you need, and then to know that you're taking a risk, but at the end of the day, you have planned it out, it feels really safe. There's still an element of ease built into it when you have this kind of a plan. So you're working your current job still while you're creating this new vision. Obviously, there's other ways to do this. I didn't plan out those things as well as I would recommend to people. So just know that it's different for everybody, right? But I would say, the way that I did it, I wouldn't recommend. It was a bit traumatizing, to be honest, because there was a lot of fear that I had to overcome because I didn't have any other options when I first started. So knowing that, you've maybe built up a reserve of money, maybe that's part of your exit plan. Maybe you are wanting to get your business up and running and seeing, if it has legs to run on its own before you exit your other job. That's what people call sort of a side hustle. Whatever it is that you need to see before exiting, write that down in your exit plan. Here's the milestone that I need to be at before I put in my 2 weeks notice. Here's the amount of money I need to have saved in my account before I put in my 2 weeks notice, right? Here are the different elements that I'm going to sort of build around me so that I feel safer when I'm making this exit out of this job. Because a lot of people are scared of leaving jobs because of the security. However, I will say jobs are still not secure. You can get laid off at any time, and that's completely out of your hands. So even reframing the idea of security, I think, is maybe important when you're thinking about leaving a job for another job, or another career altogether. The final step you want to take, and this might be a no-brainer, is actually stick to the plan. So if you have your vision, you have your steps, you're taking the steps, you've created an exit plan, you have to stick to it. You have to stick to it. You have to consistently put in the effort. No one's going to do it for you. And I think a lot of times we build all of these strategies for ourselves, and then we don't stick to the plan, and we can get really down on ourselves for that. Get back on the horse. It's up to you to make the changes that you need to see in your life, and that takes time. It takes consistency and effort, and a clear vision and a clear plan. So if you need support going through your career transition, because I know it can be really difficult and lonely and jarring to the nervous system, reach out to me. We have a couple coaches on the Life Remade team who would love to help you with your career transition. And there's a link below in the comments that you can click on for a free 30-minute alignment call to see if this is a good fit. I'm wishing you so much strength and encouragement as you forge ahead on this new path. It's so exciting to be thinking about a career transition, and really scary, so I get it. But I'm here if you need. Our coaches are here if you need. Wishing you all the best. Bye-bye.